Welcome everyone to MRM Sports. I'm your host, Ronald M. Is Gaming 23 of the Premier League. Gaming 23 of the Premier League. Of course, we can't talk Gaming 23 and ignore the elephant discovered in the room. The Manchester City elephant discovered in the room. I mean, they're catching cases like bank robbers, man. Over 100 and something. I mean, even corrupt leaders don't catch these much cases. I mean, it's something amazing. And City, I told to Aston Villa. I can't wait to hear it. Aston Villa's fans will be chanting on Sunday, man. It will be something amazing. But then the league, the game kicks off with West Ham hosting Chelsea. I mean, you see, I'm wearing a Chelsea jersey. Our pain, let's hope this time around it don't be that much pain, comes early. And for Chelsea, I think the big news is João Felix will be back. I mean, I've been longing for Felix to come back, and he's definitely back from suspension. And this means, I mean, hopefully for Graham Potter, he puts out a different team. I don't want to see Kai Havertz anyway near the starting 11. If Kai Havertz in the starting 11, we're going to draw or lose this game. That's a given. That's a fact. I mean, West Ham on a run now, on a mini run. I mean, they haven't lost in 3 games. I think they defeated Everton. They drew with Newcastle last time around. And you know at home they'll be pumping. I mean, it's a London derby. Have you won a London derby this season around for Chelsea? I don't think so, man. So this is an opportunity for us to win a London derby. I mean, we drew Fulham, we lost to Fulham, we lost to Arsenal. I think we drew Brentford. Which other teams in London derby? Yeah, man, I think we did. I think we defeated Crystal Palace. That's a plus. So this time around, we have to win this game. I mean, this is a must-win game. It's high time where we spent all the money as Chelsea. I mean, now it's a position where does that money make us climb? Because if we remain the same place, if we remain 10th or 9th, because Liverpool still have a game in it, if we remain 10th or 9th, what does that mean? We need to continue to start picking points, and we have to start off with this time. A difficult game, a difficult stadium, where we have to go there and impose our football and show that we've bought quality, not just quantity, we've bought quality, and we're supposed to win the game. So how do I see it going, man? If I think about it, I'll go with a 2-1 Chelsea win, because I think Chelsea defensively are not that sound. So with the attack, surely if Kai Havertz doesn't play, we have to have enough attack to break down this West Ham side. And I mean, it's another opportunity for Graham Potter to actually prove that he is a good coach, like everyone says. It'll be interesting to see which side is a piece up, as I've said. I mean, Reece James is back for Chelsea, which is a good thing. I mean, Chilwell did play, even though it wasn't that play, and at least it's getting better. We saw Enzo looked solid against Fulham. I mean, Madeka came in. Jorginho came in and looked solid. I mean, we hope João Felix starts. We hope Modric starts and he gets. I mean, let's hope Potter has been doing something these training days, man. But then I think I'll go with the Chelsea 2-1 win. And of course, I mean, Arsenal, the league leaders who lost last time around to Everton. A surprise. What was the scoreline? 1-0 defeat away to Everton. They're hosting an informed Brentford. A Brentford who, I mean, they dismantled was Southampton last time around 3-0, man, and Tony didn't even score. I mean, they're at home, so this will be a huge game. Last time around when Arsenal played Brentford away from home, they destroyed Brentford. It will be interesting to see now how Brentford respond, because they're on a purple run, and a purple patch themselves, man. I mean, they're playing the brilliant goals. I mean, if you speak of charges, what happened to Tony? I mean, Tony's also over 100. I mean, they move mad in England, man. They move mad in England. What else Tony's charges? Over 100 charges as well for baiting allegations and whatnot, man. I mean, again, it'll be interesting to hear what Arsenal fans chant when they play Brentford. But then this will be a tight game. You know what? This game will be so tight to the extent that I can see Arsenal falter a bit. I mean, this is not me being biased as a Chelsea fan, but I think Arsenal might falter a bit. And I can see, you know what, let me go with the first home defeat for Arsenal. Let me go with the 2-1 defeat for Arsenal. I think Arsenal will lose this game. I can see Arsenal lose. They'll score a goal because they're at home. But then I can see Brentford being resolute and hitting them on a counter like no man's business. I mean, if you remember the game against Liverpool where they're countering Liverpool to death, I can see something similar happening to Arsenal at home, man. So I'll go with the 2-1 away win for Brentford, which would be huge for the Premier League for the title run, man. It would be huge, and it will set up the midweek game for City nicely versus Arsenal. Then we quickly go to Crystal Palace versus Brighton. I think Crystal Palace at home, Brighton. I think this is some sort of a derby. I'm not sure which derby exactly. I mean, England is weird. But then you know what? With the way Brighton are playing, I can see Brighton winning this game. I'll go with the no, not. I think Palace at home. I don't know if Zaha is fit, then if they're fighting chance. But then Palace are a bit bad this season, man. I can see Brighton winning. Let me go with the 2-2 draw. I think Palace at home will have that fighting spirit. I mean, Patrick Vieira will try to stop that throat, but then Brighton are on a run, man. I mean, they keep on discovering star after star upon star. I mean, the headline should be writing Brighton faltering since they've lost Trossard, but then they've kicked on. They've actually been gaining more and more points without even Trossard. Trossard is now just a distant memory. Yeah, another great player they lost to a big club. It doesn't matter to them. So again, but then yeah, let me go with the total. I think I have to give Palace a fighting chance. And then Fulham versus Nottingham Forest. This is actually a quite interesting game because both teams are on a roll, as I said. I think Nottingham Forest, I think they are definitely the team to watch this January and February as well. I mean, they've been picking points. Last time around, they won 1-0 versus Leeds, costing March his job, essentially. How do they play Nottingham Forest versus Fulham? Fulham at home, I think this is another draw. I think Forest are now beginning to show signs of fight, and they have a Champions League winning goalkeeper. I mean, these Premier League clubs move mad, man. How does Nottingham Forest sign Keylor Navas, the great Keylor Navas? I mean, the goalkeeper with 3 Champions League medals. Which modern goalkeeper can say the same, man? I mean, it's one of those. But then, yeah, the man in the Premier League is something else, man. I can see this being a draw. I think Navas will be key for Fulham, and the way Fulham's confidence is high, this game for them is a must not lose for them to ensure that they keep on pushing away from the drop zone. And then you have Leicester versus Tottenham Hotspur. You see, the thing with Spurs is you can never be too sure with Spurs, man. I mean, they played their hearts out against City, but then City's play suits the way Spurs want to play. Harry Kane breaking the records. Harry Kane become the all-time top goal scorer for Spurs, becoming 3rd on the list of all-time goal scorers in the Premier League. But then will Harry Kane be enough for them to do away with Leicester? I mean, Leicester came back against Aston Villa and beat Villa 4-2, which was a shock when they went a goal down in the early stages of the game. Sort of for them to turn it around and go to 4-2. And they have Maddison back. I mean, Maddison is key for anything Leicester do. And he's back, the creative genius is back, he's scoring goals, he's creating assists already. I mean, I can see Spurs losing this game. I think Spurs will lose this game. I think that game against City, it's one of those that Spurs will always win because of the way City set up and the way it's easy for Spurs to play against such teams. So I can definitely see Spurs losing this game. I think I'll go with a 2-1 home win for Leicester. I think they'll be upbeat with having Maddison back and seeing them win again, come back from 2 goals down against Aston Villa, man, to actually winning 4-2. I can see Leicester winning this game 3-1. No, let me call it the 3-1 win to Spurs, man. And then Southampton versus Wolves. I mean, Wolves last time around, another shocker, humbling Liverpool 3-0. I mean, that was a huge shocker to say the least, man. Against Southampton side, who I think if you take out World Pros in that team, man, it's a relegation team. If we're being honest, they have some quality players on loan from City, but then it's a relegation team. I mean, Wolves away from home, I think this will set up nicely for Wolves. I can see them countering Southampton. If this doesn't end in a score draw, I can see I think this will be a 1-0 draw. I think this will be 1-0 draw. Let me go with 1-0 draw. This will be 1-0 draw. Then Bournemouth versus Newcastle. I mean, Newcastle, this is the game for Newcastle to play. I mean, they've been picking up draws. They haven't been losing much, but they've been picking up draws. Last time around, they drew it West Ham. I think this is a given, man. They will win. For me, I think Bournemouth, again, another relegation candidate. I think they will lose. Let's go with them. Newcastle away from home. I think Newcastle will win this game 2-0. Yeah, I think that defense will see them through. And I think that's the attacking prowess will can see them through. I can see it being a 2-0 away win to Newcastle. Then Sunday football, Leeds versus United. I mean, it's so crazy. Last night I was watching Leeds have a game of a first half of their lives away to Old Trafford. I mean, ended in a total draw, but then, in all honesty, Leeds had some good chances. And again, United won't have Casemiro. I mean, we've seen that Casemiro is a must-have for them. Without Casemiro, their season falls into pieces, man. Without Casemiro, their season falls to pieces. I mean, will Leeds just kick off? I mean, a manager as Leeds pulled up a performance that you'd expect from them. I mean, Rashford, if they manage to silence Rashford, I think it gives them a fighting chance. I think, you know what? Leeds at home, I think I'll go with a 2-1 home win for Leeds. I think Leeds will shock United. I mean, United will lack, in my opinion, to come back and win and draw that game true. I mean, from 2-0 down, I think Leeds at home, I think it was the home side who actually, like, the home supporters push United on. Unless if Ten Hag tweaks his system a bit and puts Rashford away, Rashford plays his great football. I think Leeds might shock United with a 2-1 win. And of course, another game on Sunday, City versus Aston Villa. City who are being charged with all these charges, man. How do they respond? This is a perfect day for Pep to actually rally his troops and make sure that they play the game of their lives, man. They stick it to Aston Villa and put them to the sword. But then, you know, with Unai Emery being in charge, man, this is another game where you can see Unai Emery setting them up. I mean, Unai Emery versus big sides always knows how to set up his team. He always knows. I think City, this is a defining game for City in the season, that they might crumble just before Arsenal's game, or they might just push, to put Aston Villa to the sword and dismantle them from top to bottom, man. So it's interesting to see which City turns out. And of course, I mean, with the plot twist that we have a double game week for City and Arsenal on Wednesday, will City have the courage to fight it, or City would eventually crumble? And I mean, hopefully for football's sake, City come through, because I want the game on Wednesday to be a showstopper, man, between Arsenal and City. So you know what? I'll go with the City win. I think City will be just too powerful for Aston Villa. If the right mind, if Pep channels the right mind to their players, this might be a 2-0 wins, 2-0 victory for City. I think Aston Villa are not the team that will be just dismantled apart because of their coach and the players they have. But I can see City winning 2-0, man. And then Monday Night Football is the Merseyside derby. The Merseyside derby. Liverpool hosting a resurgent Everton, man. How do Liverpool play this game? I mean, it's something else, man. I mean, Klopp is in 10th position. They were dismantled by Wolves 3-0. Last time around, they lost to Brighton. They lost to Brentford. I mean, man, it doesn't get bad for Liverpool like this. I heard some players will be back. Hopefully, it's a strong side, man. But then, I think if, you know what, this will be a draw. This is a draw written all over it. I don't think Sean Dyche will set out a team that will be easily beaten for pace or easily bullied in the midfield. I think he puts out the same squad that defeated Arsenal, because that squad was working extra hard, man. And you know, with Liverpool on set pieces have been horrendous. And you know, Sean Dyche's team always put the ball in the box. I mean, that's shithouse the football. That's long ball Sean Dyche, man. Sean Dyche will definitely put much emphasis on this game being a physical game. And I don't think Liverpool have it in them to play a physical match. They don't have the players. I don't think they don't have the mentality. The players don't have the mentality to play a physical game. I can see this game, you know what? Because it's at home, I think Liverpool will just salvage something from this game. This will, for me, I think will be 1-0 draw. I don't think Liverpool are capable of keeping a clean sheet anyway. So this will be a 1-0 draw. And then you go to the big one. The big one, Arsenal versus Manchester City. I mean, how does this one go? I mean, this is a tightly defining game. If both teams win their games, like if Arsenal win against Brentford, and then if City win on Sunday against Aston Villa, that's something else. I mean, last time around, Pep said going to London is a bit far. So it's interesting to see what he will say about this game if he loses it. But then, I mean, this is difficult to call, man. This is difficult to call. I mean, if Arsenal fail to proceed out of the water in the first 30 minutes and allow City to grow into this group, into this game, I can see, you know what? I can see City winning this game. I think this is the game where Pep outclasses or outmasters his protege, Mikel Arteta, man. I think if City grow into this game when it's still a 0-0 game, and if City avoid any mistake like they did against Spurs in that game of the weekend, I can see City winning this game 2-1. I think City's mentality of a champion's mentality will eventually prosper. I mean, I'm hoping Arsenal. I'm hoping it's a draw for it to just hold that. But then I can see City. On honest, I don't know why, but I have this feeling that if City's mentality against Aston Villa is that of we're going to go guns blazing in the Premier League to prove them that we didn't do anything wrong. It's actually anchoring us as a club, and we're fighting with everything we have. I can see City winning this game. But then if City falls against Villa, then they go away to Arsenal and the fans on their case about spending money and them building it right and another top 4 side, what. And then it's actually, it just hurts City more. This is difficult to call, man. But I can see City. You know what? Let me just go with my gut feeling. I think City will win this game 2-1. I think City will win this game 2-1, and then they'll cut the lead down to what? 2 points, provided Arsenal defeat Brentford. If Arsenal lose to Brentford, and then this is a must win for them, I can see City again winning. So this is a key game week. This game week 23 is a key game week in the Premier League title race, man. It's a key game week. I think anything can go in this one, and I can definitely see City winning this game. I mean, it's something else. I hope I'm not wrong. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. I'm your host, Ronald M. Cheers.